Naz, thank you. Still to come. We'll talk to the writer of the first ever Nigerian film to qualify for submission to the Best International Film category at the Oscars. Now, until the end of last year, a movie from Nigeria had never been submitted to the Academy to be considered for an Oscar for Best International Film. Well, that changed with The Milkmaid. It is an unflinching exploration of the human cost of religious extremism in the country and across Africa. And today, it's getting its European premiere in London. Well, we can talk to the director, writer and producer of The Milkmaid, Desmond Ovbiagele. Good to see you this morning. Look, how important is it? I mean, from a Nigerian cultural perspective, that your film is now making waves in the international community?
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's clearly very important for us as a filmmaking community in Nigeria to have The Milkmaid presenting the country at the Oscars. I think Nigerian films, popularly called Nollywood, tend to fall into certain genres, particularly comedy and romance. But films of this nature, which tend to be rather unflinching and hope to serve as sort of social commentary in terms of what's going on in our society, are few and far between. So clearly very, very gratifying that we were selected to represent the country.
I mean, it's been described as an extremely hard-hitting film. Why did you want to produce something like this?
Well, I felt the situation clearly deserved fuller treatment through the medium of film, which it clearly wasn't getting. Many people were shying away from the topic. It's difficult content. We're dealing with religious extremism, we're dealing with violence, we're dealing with sexual abuse, and those are things that people tend to stay away from and gravitate towards what more popularly constitutes entertainment. But I certainly felt that as a filmmaker, I had a responsibility to try and constitute a voice, for the disadvantaged and the vulnerable in our society who can't speak for themselves. So, and that was one of the reasons why we made this film.
I mean, it covers so many difficult issues, but how important is it that women are reflected in Nigerian culture in this way and being put forward on the big screen in this way?
Well, I think it's, what we were striving for was authenticity. We felt the weight of responsibility to do justice to the stories of the people most impacted by insurgency. And we did a lot of extensive research just to ensure that we were telling their lives and their stories as accurately as possible. And that really was our cardinal objective in setting out for this production.
It's interesting on the film's website where you say we seek to contribute to the ongoing discourse on the threats posed by extremism. I mean, is there a sense then that you feel as much as this has to be an authentic telling of a situation in Nigeria, that it also reflects on what is happening in other parts of the world as well?
Well, I think that's absolutely right. I mean, the religious extremism did start through Boko Haram in Nigeria sometime in 2010. But since then, it has transcended Nigeria, has spread to the neighboring countries like Cameroon, Niger, Chad, further up the West African continent in Burkina Faso and Mali, and even down south of Mozambique. So it's unfortunately become increasingly a continental experience, and that's why it was quite important for us to make this film that way.
Desmond, it's really good to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you.